Hey everyone, Teamudf here for some more Trails in the Sky with Jubsy.
Yeah. Featuring Teamudf.
Go. Let's go.
I see, now we have a gospel influencing people's minds. Using the bog's particulate matter as a medium to exert mental control over a large area. Well, that settles one question at least. Excuse me, Professor. Who's this? I thought it was just another joke. Cassius! Cassius, you old dog, good timing! Get thrusted, would you?
Yes, I finally managed to finish a bit of work. I thought I would stop by and see how you're holding up. I got a little sword on the table for Cassius, maybe. Give me that sword. What's this? Yeah, report from your granddaughter.
Yes, I was just about to start from Roland. Thanks to his report, I'm quite certain of my theory now.
About the gospel, I'm assuming.
Yes, but though ultimately it's still a hypothesis at this point. I've gone over it again and again, both on paper and with the capo, though I'm still reasonably sure of this. Shall I go over it?
Absolutely.
Alrighty then, ahem. So what we've been calling the Gospel's Oval Shutdown phenomenon, tell me, what do you think it is based on what you've seen and heard?
It's an effect that occurs to any orbital device located near an active gospel, chaining from one device to another, and it renders these devices and the balls inert while the gospel is active. That's how it seems to me, at least.
Half right, half wrong. What you're describing is closer to the orbital arc anti-set that shorts out internal quartz circuits of an orbit to temporarily suspend its functionality. The phenomenon is generated by a gospel, however, it's fundamentally different. It steals all of the orbital energy formed in an orbit, down to the very last joule.
Ah, so it's more of an orbital absorption phenomenon, then.
Yes, to make a comparison to a combustion engine, it's like siphoning out a petrol.
But wait, unless I'm badly misunderstanding physics, and that means the gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct?
Good eye, lad! You've noticed a very important fact. So I've measured the gospel after it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. Not even a single EP's worth.
Yippee! It is possible the energy is being vented into the wider environment?
No, not at all! The energy disappears. Completely. Utterly. And quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. Furthermore, these new gospels the stealth group have been encountering. Every time they're encountered, they cause unbelievable phenomenon that even our best orbital engineering can't explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence.
And that is?
They're too small. I can say with absolute certainty that any device enabling such massive effects could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if the society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of our own, nothing that small could contain that much potential energy.
Ah, I think I see where this is starting to go. You're saying the gospels must be terminals then, access points of some sort.
Exactly! The only function the gospel unit itself has an ability to manifest as an abnormal warp in a local orbital field. The warp that then resonates with any local orbital devices expands, then draws energy from the devices. The energy then disappears through the warp. Well, no, it does not disappear. It is sent elsewhere.
And wherever is located elsewhere is capable of causing the impossible effects we've seen. You know, I hope I'm misunderstanding this.
I'm afraid you get a passing grade here, old friend. The society can use the gospel to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading influence of a mysterious force. No wonder the society named them Gospels.
In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. As you said, even if it's an orbment out of purest fiction or
As far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. Though I have a number of possibilities that would be pure speculation at this point. Now, Cassius, I will ask you the same question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do?
The exact same words as when I asked you to develop the patrol airship. Well then. I need some Hello Kitty swords. I mean, the key, I think, must line this warp the gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some kind of plan of method of stopping the resonance, the spread?
I thought you asked that. I'm just about done with my current invention anyway. I'll get to work as soon as I'm done with that.
Alright, but seriously, that Hello Kitty sword.
And then the society yanks him, and they're like, all hope is lost.
Alright, back to the old grind. Might as well get Olivier out of the way.
Estelle, at least we returned to Bose, the land laden with memories of our first meeting. It makes my heart swell to return to a place of such sweet nostalgia.
Shocking as it may be, I kinda have to agree on the heart-swelling memories bit. Although, as I remember it, you were kinda rude back then. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy.
You misunderstand me, my fair Rose. I would only display such cute bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of blood unabashed.
Yeah, I'll bet that's it exactly. You sure didn't waste any time putting the moves on Shara, as I remember, or Joshua!
Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable to what it was then. Yours is a supple, healthy beauty, with a maiden's gentle virtue. Indeed, you have grown, Estelle.
Oh, thank you. When you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it like that again.
There's no shame to be had in virtue, Estelle. Still, you had only begun to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you wish to ascend even higher, I will be more than happy to assist you.
No, thank you. If I was ever in a position to ask anyone about that sort of thing, I'd be a million times better off asking Shara.
Ah, pity. The things I could teach. No, Shara would be the one to. Ah.
I'll remind you that I have a very large stick. Hello, Estelle. Hi, Shara. So this is where you went, and where Olivier's going off soon. Oh, wait. Do you want to be alone for a bit? Oh, this is unlike you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask about Lucy, right? Yeah. She says we met a long time ago, but I don't really remember her at all. I was wondering what she's like, and if you could jog my memory. Let's see. Where to begin, then? We have to begin with her stage name, I suppose. Luciola the Bewitching Belle. She could show her audience illusions by dancing while using bells and fans, thus bewitching them, you see. Hers was the centerpiece performance of our little circus troupe, the one that really brought the audiences in. Illusions? Does she use an ornament to make them? No, she used something she always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very old non-orbal art. Luciola was from a family with a tradition of working that art. Was? People who fall in with a traveling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had cause to abandon their previous homes and family, or people who never had such things to begin with. Luciola was one of the former, and I was the latter. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. And back then, I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of a city. Pickpocketing, petty theft, there was little I wouldn't do to try to survive. The ones who reached out a hand to me were the troop's leaders, Mr. Harvey and Luciola. They taught me, a little girl who couldn't trust anyone, the warmth of a family. And they taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place for myself in the troop. Dancing, beast handling, tarot reading, Luciola taught me all of it. But then, 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart and went our own ways. I've been planning on staying with Luciola, but As soon as Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me, "There is something I must do," and vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world whom I still trusted. And as you might suspect, that was Cassius, who'd already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest. So that's what happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own, show Luciola just how far I'd come once he returned. But, well, it has been 8 years. Perhaps that was time enough to re-examine my reasons. Shara. Oh, don't make that face. Like Zin said, I don't intend to simply fight her without saying a word. I want to hear Luciola's story from her before doing anything. I have to know what possible reason could have made her associate with the society. Yeah, that sounds good. I've got your back, Shara. I'll do anything I can to help. Ha ha. I know I can always count on you. Still, you've grown quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? What? That's kind of sudden. I always thought of you as being exactly what I'd expect of Cassie's daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. You mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Cassius's. Cassius has a heart as deep as the ocean and strength like the relentless wave. But you, Estelle, your strength is like the sun. You shine and make others shine just by you being near them. Whoa!
Yeah, that's a mama.
I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. It's what I like the most about you, and I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Cassius, is my point. Yeah. You really are my big sister, Shara. You always know how to know you and encourage me and read English. You're very welcome. Not saying you should read English, but you should drink with me sometime. Now that you're a full bracer, you'd better learn how to handle your liquor.
What?
How is booze related? You know what? Never mind. I want to know. Fade out for some reason. What are these other douchebags hiding? Alright. Let's skip through some people who I don't really care about, I guess.
Just throw him out the window.
Okay. Really, child? I gotta do the child thing.
Throw the child out.
Wow. Chubsy, how could you? Quite
I
easily,
don't
you say?
know.
Alright, good.
Oh, hi, Sam. Still walking around?
Sorta, yeah. Oh yeah, Tita, I was wondering, did you dream at all when we were put to sleep?
Yeah, I did. It was a dream where Mom and Dad came home, and Mom and Grandpa got into a loving fist fight for the first time in forever.
I see. That still sounds like a really nice dream.
Yeah, you showed up, of course, Estelle.
Wait, I did?
After Mom and Dad came home, you and Joshua at the gate all came by to visit. Then Grandpa suggested we all take a trip to the hot springs in Elmo.
That really does sound like a fun dream. Yeah, and now we've just got to make that dream come true.
Yeah.
It was painless enough.
Why was the gate in that dream all of it? Oh, never mind.
You know why he was in that dream.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that. Speaking of, hey, is something wrong in the gate?
It's nothing. You still wandering around the ship?
Yeah, basically. Oh, you're from Ravenue in the Bose region, right? This will be your first time back home and in the party that I'm allowing.
No, that was just a bit ago chasing down the intelligence division.
Get out of the party! No, okay.
Hey, wait a second. Why are you assuming I'm going back home?
Oh, don't be embarrassed, you big jetty bear. You got a little sister back in Ravenue, right? You mentioned her once. You must be the biggest softy when it comes to her, huh?
Hey.
Oh yeah, where the heck in Ravenue is your house anyway? I don't remember meeting any girl who started out as a Gates' little sister when we were investigating the Skoy Bandits! There's a girl with Louie, but nah, too young. And I figure little sister's gotta have your hair.
I'll introduce you to Misha soon.
It's a gravestone.
Assuming we have some reason to visit anyway.
Yeah, please do. And in that case, we'll have to bring Tita along too.
Why would you have to do that?
Tita's kind of attached to you, in case you hadn't noticed. She'd be pretty let down if you didn't introduce her to your sister, you know. Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Tita to meet,
What?
Haha, now I get it. They might get together and get in lots of trouble like Tita did with Renee, or they might get jealous of each other. Being an older brother must be hard work.
What? Oh, that's what you meant.
Huh? Well, don't worry. I'll clean up any mess that happens. I've gotten pretty good at Tita hurting. So you just go ahead and introduce those two crazy kids, and I'll make sure nothing blows up.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be counting on you for that.
She's like beyond dead, isn't she? Just not even non-existent. She's like so dead that she doesn't even exist ever. And we've just been talking about some random freaking piece of chicken pot pie this whole time.
Yeah, and you're still really mad over a single craft.
Chicken pot pie.
It's a single craft. It's just one craft.
Chicken pot pie.
I'm gonna keep saying it. It's just one craft.
It is, but it's a giant logic gap.
Logic gap.
I'm supposed to believe that he's that ditzy. That's what it's saying. That's what it's doing.
Well, look, I could argue that was probably an accident because of how misleading the description of the move is.
He's a terrible character.
There's a difference between max health and
I'm just
current health.
screwing with you. Estelle, out for a walk again? Yeah, more or less. More importantly, I'm sorry. I didn't really open up until the very end about Joshua. Don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Scully Bandits! Isn't she? Yeah, she's a cheeky, insulting little punk by the name of Josette Kapua. She's also the single biggest tomboy I've ever laid eyes on. And people call me a tomboy sometimes. I see. She does seem a bit charming from the photograph. She'd be pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. And she did manage to play a perfect upper crust girl when we first met her, too. I'm sorry? Yep, that whole freaking Royal Academy spiel. I see. That is impressively dexterous, if I may say so myself. Well, it does make sense, since she's apparently former Erebonian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her specialty, I think. Peel away the layers, though, and like I said, at the core she's a cheeky, classless little punk. From what I've heard, I can't really find cause to hate her. I suspect that if we found a chance to talk, we might have quite a lot in common. Yeah, I can't see that happening. We'd slide off each other like oil and water. Our personalities wouldn't fit together, trust me. Maybe. Screw buggers!
You know, Estelle and Josette are so much alike, that's probably why they hate each other.
Probably.
Oh, good, Estelle. Good work this time. You're really growing as a bracer.
I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. Like, I'm not even remotely as good as with a staff as Dad.
Well, I don't think you should worry about Master Cassius much. An S-rank bracer is a master of the profession to a degree that they attain the unity of purpose of all martial artists seek, after all. To be honest, I didn't think I could attain such enlightenment even if I spent my whole life trying.
I see. I gotta admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but actually, Zen, you've mentioned the whole unity of purpose idea to Chloe back at the castle. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, I did. It's kinda tough to explain, to be honest. Well, here goes. Master Cassius was once such a transcendent master of the sword, he was given the title of Divine Blade. Today, though, he can wield a staff just as easy as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is?
You practiced really hard?
That's part of it, sure. But more than that, it's because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of the staff combat to his previous experience. Something beyond what we call skill, above practicing forms and reflexes, above muscle memory.
Above RNG.
Think of it as a mental state where one can grasp the true nature of all things and control them at will. That whole concept is what we refer to as unity and purpose.
That seemed oddly specifically like foreshadowing, but I guess we'll let this ride. The true nature of all things, huh?
This plan is to push back the Imperial Army during your war was the same, I bet. He understood the nature of war, of combat, so intrinsically, so instinctively, that he was able to construct the plan that he did. There would be no one more fearsome as a foe.
I get it, I think. But that means even my supposedly enlightened dad was beaten in some ways by the Society. During the coup, he was lured out of the country for starters.
Yeah, they certainly possess someone equal to Master Cassius. It's kinda hard to know if it's whoever Lowe or this professor is, though.
Could it be the guy we know as Lawrence? He was pretty powerful.
I don't know. He is incredibly skilled, sure, but I doubt he could match up to Master Cassius. Besides, his chi, his soul, it did not have unity of purpose, not in the way I have spoken of. He is a blade sharpened in one specific way by the coldest frost, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. That is the sense I got of him in the arena, at least.
Yeah, I get what you mean. He hasn't shown himself, but I figure he's gotta be up to something. Probably killing the dragon or some jank. He did seem to have some kind of fixation on Joshua.
It wouldn't surprise me if they know each other from Joshua's days in the Society. Between him, me, and Sherazard, we've all got some strange ties in our past to this group. I wonder if this is this guidance of she who dwells above.
We did it! Oh man, this is old music. In fact, we're about to lap the jobs.
What? Oh, shut up.
He's still in Bose on the first game.
Shut up.
Back in Chapter 1 of Trails, Jubsy.
I never find time to play this game.
Of Chapter 1. Within another Chapter 1. Oh, hey!
Hello, everyone. Good work out there in Roland. Huh, the Silver Streak, the Heavy Blade, the Immovable, a Rising Star Rookie all together. Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Rising Star Rookie? Joshua. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's you, of course. You're a little walking miracle who managed to stop the Society for 4 different reasons. I've been a gossip, anyway.
You've got to be kidding. Saying I stopped anything is overstating it more than a little. They just ran off once their experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in the Roland case, Estelle. Don't sell yourself too short. I think you can be a little bit proud. Yeah, that was just a bunch of coincidences coming together and,
Ha ha! No need to be embarrassed. You just need to live up to your reputation, is all.
Yeah, thanks, Zen. You make that sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, all that aside, what's the situation like here in Bose?
There's been no sign of the Society whatsoever. No surprise, I suppose, since the Sky Bandits were caught, the Army's been patrolling the region pretty heavily. One thing sticks out, though. There've been far too many dangerous monsters prowling around here these days. Really?
You know, I noticed that the last time I was here. Bose seems to usually have more wanted monsters than any other region. Why is that?
Most of it comes down to Bose being huge and filled with rough terrain, making it common to see monsters come down from the less inhabited areas. Thing is, though, we had 10 cases since the beginning of the month.
10? That is a lot. I'm guessing that's kept Sting and the rest of the crew busy.
Yes, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to slay several of them.
They have a Kurt and a Sting. Come on, this can't be a coincidence.
Be in your debt if you could take care of a few of them for us as well. That strikes me as a good course of action. It's possible the society is involved with this.
Yeah, I think it hurts someone if we just leave him alone, so we should get out there and take him down.
Huh? The gate was wrong.
Yeah, what's up? You're really quiet.
It's nothing. Anyway, let's get out there and bring back some monster heads.
Monsters? Oh, is this the Mayor
Ma-
Maybelle?
Mayor
Pardon me. Mayor Maybelle and some other chick. Ha, good day. Estelle, it's so good to see you again.
I am glad to see you as well.
Wow,
Yeah, that
it's
is amazing.
seriously been forever. I think we last met at the Queen's birthday celebrations. Yes, it feels as though it's been ages. I've been hearing all about your exploits in the news, though, Estelle. That goes for everyone else as well. I'm glad you're all safe. Especially you, Chloe. Are you on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off early. It's good to see you again, Maybelle. Huh, you two seem pretty familiar. Well, Maybelle used to be a student at the academy. We met before she graduated. And I'm certainly glad we met too. I'm okay, alright. A little spazzy. I see. And a Gate Krosner. It's been some time, sir.
Suppose so.
Hang on, Agate. Mayor Maybelle, you know each other? Oh my, yes. I've relied on Mr. Krosner a number of times for various jobs only he could do. And 10 years ago...
Hey, Mayor.
I forgot myself, pardon me. Yeah, regardless, I simply wish to stop by today to welcome you back. From the sound of things, you're pursuing an international criminal syndicate which threatens the safety of the entire country. International criminal syndicate? Sometimes they feel more like a society of supervillains, but that's one way to think of them, yes. So far as the city of Bose is concerned, the threat these criminals pose is not someone else's problem, it's everyone's. If I can do anything to assist you in your investigation, anything at all, you only need to ask. Thanks. If we need help, we'll definitely ask.
Yeah, we'll be expecting a lot from you, Mayor.
Excellent. Now I'm afraid I must excuse myself here. Should anything come up, please come visit me at my residence. I'm going to make a tea party.
Cut it is.
Tea party!
I will freaking stab you with a
Tea
scythe.
party.
Ah, come on, Agate. Couldn't you have been a little more civil? It's who I am. We ain't running a butler service here. Give me a break.
The gate can be kind of arrogant to people sometimes. He's usually polite toward clients, though. You were kind of short with the mayor, Gate.
You're imagining things. More to the point, I remember talking about us bringing back some monster heads. Legrand, give us the breakdown. Right, we have 3 cases outstanding. First, there's a Blade Fang stalking around the Chrome Pass. We also got a ghost epitaph in the Neville Valley.
Oh, Neville Valley.
And finally, an Octobone raising hell at the Anvil Tower.
Okay, got those written down.
Alright, Monster Slaying's the perfect path for my greatsword.
Ah, crap.
I'll be taking charge this time around.
No! Well, you are a Bose native, my good heavy blade suicide guy, randomly offing himself with flaming You're probably the best suited out of all of us, and I'm talking about the cups on the table.
I have no objections. Decided then. Go ahead and pick us a team, Estelle.
You're being suspiciously gung-ho about this, you know. Alright, well, we're gonna take Shara, we're gonna take Tita, and we're gonna take Zin. Alright, let's just set that up right now. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, everybody, gonna take Shara, Tita, and Olivier. Okay, now I'm just like messing with everybody.
It's just one move!
It's more moves than John Cena's had in his entire career now, okay. Okay, so if we're going all over the region to find these wanted monsters, since we're out, why don't we stop at Ravennew Village?
Yeah, music now.
Why are you looking at me like you're expecting something?
I do want to see your hometown again. Do you not want me to?
Not right now, no. We need to settle our current jobs first, including hunting these monsters.
You unfeeling clod. Come on, Tita's here. Would it literally make your head catch fire to be nice for once?
The hell do you even?
Estelle, it's okay, really. It's only normal that we should put work first. Again, I'm sorry for prodding you.
Prod.
Nah. And, you know, I'll definitely take you once things have settled down a bit. Just be a good girl for now, short stuff.
Okay.
Alright, here we are in the land of the rising sun. No, not really. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everyone. Boy!
Whoop.